Well everyone, the long-awaited time is finally upon us after what feels like forever. I'll say that it genuinely does feel good to be excited about Sonic games again and to be a Sonic fan in general. Crossworlds, at the time of me writing this, is scheduled to potentially have all revealed in about 4 days at Summer Game Fest, and I'm ecstatic about the package they've put together. These little clips we've been getting about every 3 days have been nice and prove that Sonic Team have an answer for all the worries that doubters have thrown their way. Slow gameplay? Wrong. Lack of surprises? I mean, possibly in the game, and that's honestly surprising no matter how you feel about it. Extreme gear only being reskin of the cars? Well, that one's still out for debate. Point is, there's a lot going on with this game, and its upcoming reveal at Summer Game Fest will, hopefully, be cause for even more celebration. So we're gonna do just that. I've come up with some predictions of what the final main course stage, cross-world, and character list will be that are shown off at Summer Games Fest. It's crazy to think that we only have 7 of the 24 main courses confirmed for this game, but considering the scale at which everyone and Sonic Team themselves are expecting cross-worlds to be, can't say I'm too surprised. We know about East Stadium, Rainbow Garden, Water Palace, Metal Harbor, Ocean Palace, Wonder Museum, and Apotos thus far. Adding on to that, I can see the Death Egg and Angel Island from the previous All-Star games making a comeback due to their significance in the overarching Sonic lore. But these next 2 are ones that I really feel shaking up the game a bit. A Soliana Capital and Castletown stage would be the perfect excuse to show the abomination that is Sonic 06 some much needed love. We know the environment still exists due to IDW and Shadow Generations, so why not take some of those pretty details in the architecture from Shadow Gens and give us a modern rendition of the country? You can set the first lap during the evening, showing the townsfolk preparing for the celebration, and when the third lap rolls back around, have the set piece take place during the Festival of the Sun with fireworks lighting up the night sky. It's an opportunity to showcase a location that's been referenced a lot more these days, and although I would only have 2 nickels as the result of it, that's 2 nickels richer I'd be. Every Sonic racing game has had a spooky map, right? Well, after Soliana, I've jotted down Hang Castle and Mystic Mansion for my next pick. Simple enough, if you're asking honestly. Have the first lap end with racers traveling up towards the moon like in Sonic Heroes, and then the third lap sees players twisting and turning through the confines of Mystic Mansion's interior, only to have the race end where it initially does, with contestants finally making it out of the maze-like attraction. The only thing better than that, though, is getting the full-on experience of traveling to the outskirts and throughout Oranos Island from Frontiers. Really, any island from Frontiers would do, but Oranos seems to have the full package compared to the other members of the Starfall Islands. Hallways with the ancient inscriptions adorning the walls, interactive map design, and if we're feeling really fancy, maybe have Supreme or one of the other Titans make an appearance on lap 3. The world is truly your oyster with that one though. I didn't choose Chaos Island specifically since it just got some love last year with Shadow Gens, so it taking a backseat here is good enough. These next 3 are all returning stages however, with Clockwork Pyramid, Thunderdeck, and Sand Road all returning from Team Sonic Racing for a chance to be great in a real racing game. Have to say though, the one that most deserves a spot here is Sand Road, just based off of the fire lap music for it you're currently hearing in the background. Thunderdeck has been in almost every single Sonic kart racer now, and Clockwork Pyramid is the Forces rep. Something that I think the developers don't mind pulling from since it appears they want to have at least some representation from Sonic the Hedgehog's entire library of games. Unfortunately, I can't exactly workshop how a lap 3 would be different for these stages. But if you guys have any idea on how those can be structured, please do let me know, since the ideas I have all relate to changing the core identity of the stages and the games they represent. That brings our total up to 15 out of 24 stages currently. As for the rest of the main courses though, I'm gonna go for a rough estimate and assume that courses 16 through 18 will be some updated variation of past tracks we've already gotten. Then, tracks 19 through 23 will be all new, all original tracks to the Sonic kart racing genre. By the way, when I say all new, all original, I mean that these can additionally include stages akin to how Apotos or Metal Harbor are quote-unquote new, tracks that have never been in a Sonic kart racer before. This leaves track 24, at least as I currently have it, as for reasons I'm sure you know, but I'll explain a bit later if you don't. However, what is a main course without its possible cross-world choices? There are a confirmed 8 out of the 15 promised crossworlds, and this is where I'm pulling out all the stops. So far, we have Roulette Road, Dinosaur Jungle, Kraken Bay, Lava Cave, Sky Road, Poloska, White Cave, and Galactic Parade. A not so bad list available to us if I do say so myself. How do we beat that? We look toward the past, present, and future all at the same time. Right off the bat, Crossworlds 9 and 10, all new, all original tracks. Crossworlds 11 and 12 though, give me that Misty Lake from Sonic and the Black Knight, but specifically the mission where you take down your first dragon, and have that be where the ring to go back is. We can't have a Secret Rings rep in this game and not a Black Knight. It just wouldn't be fair. This stage is also the most unique amongst the set list, as I did toy with the idea of Camelot Castle, but if we're going to be already getting Hang Castle, then that type of set piece is already taken care of. Following that though, I need with my entire being to see a Windy Valley Tornado escape Crossworld. Is it a short sequence? Yes, absolutely. One of the shortest transition stages in any game ever. However, in a kart racer where the goal is to go fast, you know how sick it would be to be able to say that you drove a vehicle out of a tornado? A close runner-up for this was actually Ice Cap's Avalanche escape sequence, also from Sonic Adventure 1, but I feel like that wouldn't make sense for anyone who's not in first place, you know? Like, if the Avalanche just waits for the person in last place to go through the warp ring, everyone else won't get that adrenaline rush about pacing the disaster. As such, the tornado wins in my book. For some reason, my gut is telling me, and this is spoilers for the character list section of the video, but my gut is telling me that just like Lava Cave, which is a Crossworld we've already seen and know it comes from another Sega IP, we're going to get at minimum 3 other Crossworlds that may signal and hint at future DLC characters. Which is for Crossworlds 13 through 15. I am putting down Mementos from Persona 5, some kind of cityscape area from the Yakuza series, and a Crossworld that celebrates all of Sega's other cartoony IPs like Sega Carnival from Sonic Riders. Yes, everyone is suffering from Persona 5 burnout. We all know, and I even thought about including some section from Metaphor ReFantazio in here instead, but I haven't played that game yet, so I can't do that. Persona 5 saved the series and yada yada, but Joker and the Phantom Thieves sell things. Just look at Smash Ultimate and the hype surrounding him being the first DLC character for that game. As for the Yakuza rep though, this can legit be any location from any game in that series. The claustrophobic roads of the city, open air of Hawaii, or literally anything as long as you're able to tell it's from Yakuza or associated projects. Lastly, the Sega Carnival-like stage can be the easiest thing to put together. If this truly is going to incorporate other IPs, not just in location but in racers too, put them all in here for all I care. Just do it right. Also, Miku should 10,000% get in this game. I don't care if she's even just the flag girl, just put her in Sonic Team, please. Speaking of characters though, we basically have every single one down to hard confirmations from that very first gameplay trailer alone. 23 racers, all the usual suspects. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Cream, and Big, Shadow, Rouge, and Omega, SPO, Charmy, and Vector, with 2 of those being their first appearance in any Sonic racing game ever, Eggman, Sage, and Metal Sonic, Silver and Blaze, of course, Zavok and Zaz, with Jet, Wave, and Storm rounding us out to 22. That 23rd character is something though, alright? Should that day 1 spot go to someone else though, my safe bet is an Egg Pawn, but my wild card is Tangle the Lemur. She has the fans, she has the charisma, and as I've said before, if there was any game to start putting IDW characters in, it's Crossworlds. And having her be shown off at Summer Game Fest where everything else about this entry is going to be revealed is the biggest power move that Sonic Team could do. But that is my final prediction list for this game. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did I have some good ideas? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you'd be so kind, which you might as well also subscribe while you're down there. And remember, we will be streaming Summer Game Fest right here on Friday, June 6th at 2 PM PST when the event is live, so be on the lookout for that the day of. Until then, my fine community, I think you'll enjoy this video of me breaking down Sonic and Amy's now canon relationship.